Alright, so I started this, but I just got in so far as putting the True Matte uh, porcelain one. I don't go full white. A, a lot of clowns, people who do clown stuff maybe do, but I go porcelain because it blends with my skin tone just right. And yeah, I get it all the way up to the hairline. Just a full flat white, matte white across everything. I was mentioning my eyebrows are showing through worse than I thought. Not a huge problem. Again, most clowns don't shave their eyebrows, so I'm gonna be all right. We're gonna work around it. So we're doing the red flags makeup. So I like to start with. Again, I have a color palette of it's like a gothy color palette. It's reds and blacks and some grays. So we're gonna be using that. And then I have just this almost gone, but just a little bit of rouge that I put on the in the cheek area just to give myself some depth, like minimalist contouring for this character. Right, so minimalist contouring, and I go all the way up to the bridge of the nose, but I'm gonna stop there and we'll get back to that. But so use a little bit of depth. You can see the deep wrinkles under my eyes; those are gonna kind of disappear too when I put my flags on. The next step I'm going to do is going to be. All right, so like I said, I have this palette here. I'm gonna start with the bright red over the top of my eyes. This brush is a little darker from using the maroon on it, but let me get it. It'll be all right, and then it'll work because we're gonna go over the bottom part of the eye. And again, I'm not like a professional. I learned this stuff myself. So if you have tips or tricks or anything that you think would help with my clown makeup design, let me know. All right, so got one eye done. I'm gonna pop right over here to the other eye. And the reason I do my makeup in such low light is, well, first I'm photophobic, but is also because this is how I'm going to record and how I'm going to perform in low light conditions. I do like drag shows and stuff like that, stuff at bars where it's kind of dark, just inherently. So having makeup that really pops in that low light, dark environment is super helpful. Okay. So that's my eyeshadow. And this is my normal technique for doing eyeshadow, just like even on a daily basis. I just don't use these of a colors all the time. Alright, so then we will come back to this. There is, this character has like very little black makeup. All my other looks have so much black makeup. But there is an exception of, the black lashes and black eyeliner. So, I need to, and I may have to cut some stuff while I dig because my makeup bags I have several, but they're kind of a mess. I still haven't cleaned them up from my last show, so gotta use that wonderful little sticks that my dear sweet friend Ryan sent me, right? And got some lip stains. And I got, there's another one. This one doesn't need to go here though. Alright, so, yeah, and So this is my color palette for this character, right? I won't use all of it, at least not in any large capacity, but every bit of it's going to be relevant to making the character kind of pop. Oh, what was that? What fell on you? That's the mirror. The mirror just fell on Nyla. She's down under my feet. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take the darkest red that I have. It's not even. It's barely red. It's almost dark brown, but it's going to match with the wig that I'm using for this character. I'm using a different wig than I usually use for this character. I'm using the pigtail wig. So, all right. So we're going to these brows are going to be super high and expressive. Oh, I already messed it up. Sorry, we'll fix it in just a minute. All right, so they're going like just a little bit over the top of my regular, where my regular eyebrows would be if I didn't shave them. So I'll kind of try to even them out a little bit. There's a technique with a spoon that you can do, but I'm not really master of any of this, so I'm kind of learning, and you all can learn along with me. So there we go on that. Those are my red flags eyebrows. I'm going to put this super dark with white because it's really not used for anything else. Sometimes I'll line the character's lips with it, but I'm trying to go with something that pops more, something more like this color. Alright, so we got eyebrows, we got eyeshadow. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually the lips. So the first step of that is I'm going to stain my lips. This will hold the color longer. I am going to go over it with these colors, but having the stain underneath is a great step to help. I need new stains. So if you want to send me new lip stains, yeah, like links in the description. Maybe. Doesn't have to be real neat at this point. The main thing I'm going for is coverage. I'm gonna define everything. Oop, but I don't want to do that. You don't want to go outside. Well, the character's makeup does go outside, but not right there. Of my natural lips. All of that will be done with these. All right. So now we've got the base layer of lip. And now we're going to go and line it. Like I said, it's going to be these. So and this is not the line necessarily. It's the filler for the actual outline, and the darker red was just to cover my lips. Nyla, what you doing? The puppy's chewing on something. Give me just a second. I'm done with that one. So, what are you doing? What you chewing on, baby girl? Huh? No. Oh my goodness, no. What's your mind? No. Stop that! No! Ah, Nyla! Those are my bee earrings! Little butthead! You have your own stuff to chew on. Look! All the stuff in here. Chew on. Chew on all the shoes. Chew on your toys. Oh my goodness. Miss Nyla, I swear to Pete. Oh. She's like in that phase 2 of the feral hound stage of being a dude. All right. So we've got the inside base of the lips. Now, where's my true red? Is this it? Oh, that's a pink. Which is an important part of this. Pink is very important. I guess that's my true red. Yeah, that looks like my true red. Yep, I can always tell my true red because it's the one that's worn down the most. Which is great because it's the one I'm trying to do the finest lines on, of course, you know how that goes. Alright, so this one. It's going to go back over. Just like that. Keep those peaks of the top sharp. This definitely needs sharpen. Look how blunt that is, but not this round. Alright, so my next step is kind of the most delicate, I guess you'd say. Because we're talking about putting just the right one. Doesn't feel like the right one. No, that's not the right one. We're talking about putting the black eyeliner on. Now, this is a clown core character, so it mixes a goth aesthetic with a clown aesthetic. So the first thing I want to do is come in with this black liquid and do my waterline. And doing your waterline in black liquid is, as far as I can tell, the best way to get a good solid black color, because the waxier stuff kind of wears off and you have like a washed out gray on your waterline, which, you know, can work, but I feel like this gives me a more solid dark underline. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to move to the next eye. We're not done there. There's more I'm going to do on this side, but I'm going to let that dry on the waterline before I move forward with anything else. Okay, so and yeah, the lashes will catch this and spread it, as you can see. Go too far south. It's not that big of a deal at this point in the eyeliner stuff, but it can become an issue. Back over here where it's dry a little bit, and we're going to go under the lash. Again, we're going very bold, gothy eyeliner, so it's going to be kind of a thick underline there. Alright, and then we're going to do our wing. We're going to do our first wing, and red flags can have really larger wings, so you can totally re-sculpt the eyes this way, the way that the eyes are perceived, which is important when you're making a unique character. So, like, go wild with it, whatever your persona is. Right? She can be a wild card. She can have big old wings on either side. Alright, now this eye is gonna dry again. I'm letting it, it's really watery at the moment, so I'm kind of letting it, and you'll see me blinking a lot, which is going to make it really fun to do this side. let me tell you. But we'll get through it. Alright. Oh, makes a mistake now. Too bad. I was worried that it smudged down a lot further than it did. It's still within the parameters of my gothy look. So, alright, so then we'll do the next wing. And it's gonna start right there. I'm just gonna run all the way into my there we go. And you kinda want it to blend in with where I have hooded eyes. You see my hood there on each side. So I bring the line back to my hood. If you don't have hooded eyes, you don't have to worry about it. But I bring it back up at the top, so it's level with the top of the eye. And you'll see how that looks when I put the lashes on. Alright, so you with me so far? Alright. The next thing I'm going to do is going to be my nose and cheeks. Okay, so that's where these other colors really come in. So we'll start again. It's this one. So we will start by coloring in my nose with this, kind of getting a framework of where I want the character's nose to be. Doing like a little bit of an outline. I go up over the top of the nostrils. So I want to get the bulb of my nose. See, I get I guess you can't really see it. This is just a faint outline, but the bulb of my nose right there, right? All the way down here, and it doesn't matter how far down here you go, really. However far you feel comfortable, you feel like your character needs to have their right nose. Alright, so now we are going to return to this darker red, because that's what we color everything in here with. Now that we know what our outline that we want is. Okay, and there will be some further touch-ups done to this, but we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so just kind of like you're doing a tattoo, really. I use the side of the point so it doesn't flatten and kind of roll it so it doesn't flatten into my what do you call this, eyeliner or liner. So we call it a liner. It's all-purpose liner. I did kind of go too far over here, so I'm going to swap that back. Splash that back a little bit. There we go, right across the nose. There we go. Alright. Alright, so it's on there, but it's still a little bit scribbly. So what I do here is I'm just going to take just a cheap little sponge like this, and we're just going to pat at it and blend it up a little bit. Alright, not hard though, just real gentle patting. You get it to, and this will, smear, so you got to be kind of careful. Alright, so that's that. There's the nose. Alright, it's time for the red flags. Okay, so again, I outline with just one of these lighter pinks. Mostly because if I make a mistake, they'll blend right back in. There's those bags under my eyes I was talking about earlier. Just follow those down to right here on both sides. Alright. And I keep bringing it, but I don't follow the curve. I don't follow the curve as it goes back in. I just keep coming straight down until both those angles come to a point. So this should keep things fairly even. And if this right. Yeah, there should be this much space between each side. So then I'm gonna come back over here and do this one. And this way, like I'm not going through and coloring this in and everything yet, because this way I am able to make any kind of adjustments I need, because I can wipe this lighter color off a lot easier. So there's my first line on the side. I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna follow that bag under my eye, I guess you'd call it, right back down the same way. Same way. And it's gonna keep dripping down, dripping down. There we go. And so this should be fairly even because of the way I drew them. This one is slightly bigger, but it's not enough to make it an issue. I can expand this one a little bit to match it up. Yeah. Alright, because again, I use this super light color. Now, I get to go back in with lip stain. Where did I put it? Now I kind of change up what I'm using at different times because of what's available to me. I'm not like rich or anything, so I use what I have. I need to sharpen this, and it's gonna take it just a second. How's that? Just keep going. Yeah, let's just keep it going. There we go. Alright, got it nice and sharpened on. So now we're gonna go back over these lines, and you're gonna see it's a lot darker now. It's gonna look spotty for a little bit before I come in and sponge it. Alright. Come popping right back over to the other side. I start at the top here underneath black because I can pull some of that dark color that might be blending down in. Make sure it doesn't wreck the rest of the aesthetic with too much. A little bit of darker color in here isn't going to be terrible, but black smears start to get in this, it becomes a real problem. Alright, so there are my flags. This is the character's namesake, red flags. I'm going to do this same kind of outline on the top layer of the lips while I got this out. Now, I'm looking at these kind of look a little weak on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do a bottom line too. Normally I don't, but because I use that lighter lip gloss, or lip coloring, it was a problem. Alright, where is the lid? There it is. Okay, so the next steps, I get some different fun stuff here. So now we're going to put a shine on the nose. So we'll start with a little white spot, right? And then I have this pearlescent white that's, oh, come on. I have this pearlescent white that's part of this set, and I'm just taking a little dab of it, just putting it on there, like that. So now I got a little shine on my nose, and you take what's left, and kind of apply it on the outer edge of each cheek, and a downward line and a downward stroke to give a shine in your smile. See, now there's a shine on the outside of my smile. Maybe not in this lighting, but like I can see the glitter, but it's not showing up on the camera. There's a little sparkle to it on my cheeks now. So now when I smile, it's on there. All right, now comes the fun part. We're gonna pick our lashes out. We want our most ostentatious lashes for this character. She is very loud, so that's gonna be this pair right here. And they will be huge on my face. So, as mentioned earlier, with the black eyeliner, I'm also going to do use black magnetic lash makeup. Now we've got full coverage on the top there, right? We'll come back around and do the other one before we put the lashes on. All right. Oh, hold on. It's still all dried out. Come on. There we go. There we go. So come, start from the inside, and just work our way across. Nice and bold. Nice and bold. There we go. All right. So then the next step is to apply the lashes. There's little tools you can use, but I use my fingers. I've been doing this for a while now, so I'm fairly decent at it. Tug, make sure it's pulled taut across there. Alright. There we go. Alright, there's my lashes. There's the makeup's done, basically. Oh, yeah, there was a step I missed, which is going to be blending my flags, but it won't take but a second. So, just blending them up a little bit, making sure they don't look so scratchy. They can look kind of worn. Sometimes I'll go back in with a darker red and just kind of re-outline them. After I sponged it, there we go. That looks better. Okay. So then, all right. So then we're going to get our wig. This one's much more muted than the previous one, but like has a more purple hue to it. So it does make my makeup stand out a little bit better than the bright pink one. But the thing I like about this one is it's long enough that I can do full like Ellie Mae pigtails with it. So brighten things up here for a second. So I can do full Ellie Mae style pigtails with it. I just need to find my hair ties. Always something, isn't it? Oh, I got another basket of hair stuff down here. Well, some of it's hair stuff and some of it's bras and hosiery. So we'll explore. Oh, and some foot cream too. There's the hair ties I'm looking for though. So I found them. All right. So then we're gonna do. Just gonna do 2 wraps because I don't want to tear my wig. All right. So there's one. And then, once we get these pulled up like that, there we go. Got my Missouri girl pigtails. We're gonna do, normally I'd put a choker on before the wig. That's all right. We're gonna go ahead and just pull them through. It'll be okay. They're in pigtails, so it's easy to do. There we go. And that choker will suck itself back in when it's ready. I got some little spike jewelry too, but this one's Samantha's. That's too small on me. Samantha's tiny. She's like a little elf. Alright. So now I'm going to do like spikes and whatnot, but for the character I'm doing today, or for the way I'm doing the character today, we're actually going to use my Rocky Lily hat. Kind of dark. A little too dark. I know I said I was photophobic, but I can't even see what I'm wearing. Oh, that's changing that. There we go. Normal lighting. So, this is Red Flags. What do you think?